Many adults over 60 begin to notice small changes that seem harmless at first. Their legs feel heavier when walking. Their ankles become swollen by the end of the day. Knee discomfort appears, along with weakness or even a strange tingling sensation that was never there before. And although many people assume all of this is simply part of aging, the truth is that the body is sending important signals that should not be ignored. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and today I want to talk to you about something that could make a major difference in how you feel, how you walk, and how your joints age over time. Because behind many mobility problems, there is a silent factor that very few people pay attention to: the gradual loss of collagen. Collagen acts like the internal support structure of your body. It helps keep your joints strong, your muscles resilient, and your tissues flexible. The problem is that after age 60, your natural collagen production begins to decline rapidly. And when that happens, discomfort and mobility issues slowly start affecting your quality of life. Many of my patients tell me the same thing: "Doctor, my legs just don't respond the way they used to." That is exactly what a 68-year-old patient told me a few months ago. She had stopped enjoying her daily walks because of swelling and constant fatigue in her legs. She believed there was little she could do. But once we began improving certain habits and adding specific foods that support collagen production, she gradually noticed positive changes in both her mobility and joint comfort. And here is something extremely important. Not only are there foods that may help your body preserve collagen more effectively, but there are also habits and ultra-processed foods that silently accelerate its breakdown. Many people consume inflammatory foods every day without realizing they may be weakening the tissues responsible for strength, stability, and flexibility. What makes this even more concerning is that the process usually develops slowly and quietly over many years. At first, the signs are subtle, but over time, tired legs, stiff joints, weakness, and reduced balance begin to appear. That is why today I want to show you several natural foods that are gaining attention for their potential role in supporting collagen and physical well-being in older adults. And pay close attention, because some of these foods may have been unfairly avoided for years, even though they could provide valuable nutrients for your muscles, joints, and mobility. Before we continue, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from and how old you are. We always read your messages because they help us create more practical and meaningful content for people just like you. And if you want to learn simple ways to care for your legs, joints, and overall health after 60, this is the perfect moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, we share easy-to-understand information designed to help you maintain your independence, strength, and quality of life for as long as possible. Now let's begin with the first food on today's list. One of the most overlooked foods when it comes to collagen support is bone marrow. For many years, it disappeared from everyday meals in many households. But today, it is receiving renewed attention because of the nutrients it may provide, especially for older adults. Bone marrow contains natural compounds involved in maintaining tissues that support the joints and skin. It also provides substances associated with different forms of collagen that help keep joints lubricated and tissues more flexible. Some research involving older adults has observed that consuming homemade bone and marrow broth several times per week may be associated with improved flexibility and reduced joint discomfort in certain individuals. And while every body responds differently, many nutrition specialists believe these traditional foods can be valuable additions to a balanced diet. Another important benefit is that marrow is usually consumed in warm, nourishing broths, which can also help support hydration, something essential for healthy joints and circulation. The next food often creates divided opinions: liver. For decades, many people were told to avoid it completely. However, when consumed in moderation as part of a balanced diet, liver can provide highly valuable nutrients for the body. Especially beef liver from naturally raised cattle or chicken liver contains vitamins and minerals involved in many processes related to tissue repair and maintenance. Among them are nutrients that play an important role in natural collagen production. What many people don't realize is that the body cannot produce collagen from protein alone. It also requires specific vitamins and minerals to activate the process efficiently. And that is where certain traditional foods become especially interesting. In nutritional observations involving older adults, People who occasionally included liver in their meals often showed better indicators related to tissue support, skin elasticity, and vascular health. Many also reported less heaviness in their legs and reduced discomfort around the knees and ankles. Now I want to talk about a food that is often thrown away without people realizing what they are missing: chicken skin. Many people automatically remove it because they focus only on the fat. But when prepared correctly, chicken skin can provide type 1 collagen, one of the most important forms of collagen for the skin, tendons, and joints. The real issue is often not the food itself, but the cooking method. When chicken skin is deep-fried at very high temperatures, inflammatory compounds can form. However, when it is slowly roasted or gently cooked, it preserves much more of its natural gelatinous texture. In fact, many older adults prepare homemade chicken broth using skin-on cuts and bones. That broth can then be added to soups, rice dishes, or stews, making it a practical and comforting way to include collagen-supporting nutrients in daily meals. And something very important must be said here: there is no single miracle food for stronger legs and healthier joints. What truly creates change is consistency. Small habits repeated over time can make a remarkable difference in how you walk, climb stairs, or get out of a chair. Because taking care of your mobility after 60 is not only about living longer. It is about maintaining independence, confidence, and quality of life. I'm Dr. Gabriel Mena, and I want you to pay close attention to the next foods because many of them have been used for generations and are now being revisited by modern nutrition experts for their potential relationship with mobility, strength, and natural collagen support. One of the most fascinating examples is bone broth. For many years, it was considered nothing more than a traditional homemade recipe. But today, many specialists see it differently because of the combination of nutrients it may offer the body. What makes bone broth interesting is not just the collagen itself. It also contains natural compounds associated with connective tissue support, including gelatin, glucosamine, and other substances naturally found in slowly cooked bones and cartilage. When broth is simmered for many hours over low heat, many of those nutrients move into the liquid and become easier to consume, especially for older adults with sensitive digestion or reduced appetite. Some studies involving seniors have found associations between regular bone broth consumption and improvements related to mobility, joint comfort, and physical resilience. Some participants even reported feeling more motivated to stay active and walk more frequently. And this makes perfect sense. When joints receive proper hydration and the body has access to key proteins and minerals, daily movement can begin to feel less difficult. I remember a 72-year-old patient who had almost stopped going to the park because he no longer felt stable while walking. Of course, no single food changed his life overnight, but adding nourishing broths, improving his diet, and walking gently every day helped him gradually regain confidence and stability. Now I want to talk about another very interesting food that often goes unnoticed: natural unflavored gelatin. And here I want to make an important clarification. I am not referring to processed gelatin desserts filled with artificial colors and excess sugar. I'm talking about plain gelatin derived from collagen-rich animal tissues. Gelatin contains amino acids that the body uses to build structures related to the skin, muscles, tendons, and joints. Many older adults also tolerate it well because it is easy to digest. As we age, the body tends to produce less stomach acid, which can make it harder to absorb certain nutrients efficiently. Gelatin has the advantage of being a simpler way to incorporate compounds associated with collagen support. In nutritional studies involving older adults, many participants who added small amounts of natural gelatin to their daily routine reported improvements related to stiffness, skin hydration, and muscular support. And there is something many people do not know. Collagen is not only connected to physical appearance. It also plays a role in deeper structures associated with strength, balance, and mobility. That is why many older adults notice that when they improve their nutrition, they begin to feel steadier while walking and more capable of handling daily activities. One simple way to consume natural gelatin is by dissolving it into warm beverages or using it to prepare homemade desserts with fresh fruit. The important thing is to avoid highly processed versions loaded with artificial ingredients and excessive sugar, since those products may contribute to inflammation and negatively affect the body's balance. And now we arrive at a small, affordable, and incredibly powerful food for circulation and leg support: sardines. Many older adults overlook sardines because they consider them old-fashioned or too simple. But that is exactly the mistake. Sardines contain nutrients that may support muscles, joints, and healthy circulation. One reason sardines attract so much attention is because they are commonly eaten whole, including the skin and soft bones, which contain minerals and compounds associated with connective tissues. They are also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, widely studied for their relationship with inflammation and cardiovascular health. And this matters because many discomforts in the legs and feet are linked not only to joints, but also to circulation. When circulation becomes less efficient, swelling, numbness, and tingling sensations may appear. Some European studies observed that older adults who consumed oily fish several times per week showed better indicators related to peripheral circulation and leg comfort. And preparation matters here as well. Ideally, choose sardines packed in olive oil rather than low-quality refined oils. They also pair wonderfully with fresh foods such as salads, tomatoes, or whole grain bread. Many of my patients are surprised when they discover that simple and accessible foods can provide such meaningful support for the body. Sometimes we believe improving health requires expensive supplements or complicated solutions, when in reality, small changes practiced consistently may have a significant impact over time. And before we continue with the final 2 foods on this list, I want to ask you something. Tell me in the comments which of these foods you already eat or which one you would like to try. I truly enjoy hearing your experiences because many people reading those comments find practical ideas and motivation to take better care of their legs and joints. And if this content is helping you, remember to like this video. That allows more older adults to discover this information and learn practical ways to support their mobility and well-being after 60. Now pay close attention because the next foods are probably among the most commonly consumed by older adults, but they are also some of the most commonly prepared incorrectly. Let's begin with papaya. At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a light and refreshing fruit. But behind its sweet taste lies something that has gained growing attention in senior nutrition. Papaya contains a natural enzyme called papain, known for helping the body process proteins more efficiently. And this matters far more than most people realize. As we age, many people produce fewer digestive enzymes and less stomach acid. As a result, the body may struggle to properly absorb amino acids involved in tissue repair and collagen formation. That is why some people feel they are eating healthy, yet still experience muscle weakness, tired legs, or stiff joints. Papain may help the body make better use of nutrients found in food. And when digestion improves, the body can more efficiently access the components needed for muscles, skin, and joints. Some studies involving older adults observed that those who regularly consumed fresh papaya experienced improvements related to skin elasticity, leg comfort, and overall physical well-being. And here is an important detail. The way papaya is consumed makes a difference. Fresh ripe papaya preserves its natural enzymes much better than processed or cooked versions. A 70-year-old patient once told me something that stayed with me. She constantly felt heaviness in her legs after breakfast. When we reviewed her habits, we discovered she rarely ate fresh fruit and struggled with slow digestion. Gradually, she began adding fresh papaya to her mornings along with other simple changes. Weeks later, she told me, "Doctor, my legs feel less tired when I walk." And now we arrive at the number 1 food. What is most surprising is that it is probably sitting in your refrigerator right now. I'm talking about egg yolks. For many years, people were taught to fear whole eggs. Countless older adults began throwing away the yolk because they believed it was unhealthy. But today, we know the yolk contains important nutrients involved in many bodily processes, including those related to collagen production. Egg yolks provide amino acids the body needs to maintain strong and resilient tissues. And this becomes especially important after 60, when muscle loss and joint fragility tend to accelerate. Several nutritional analyses have observed that older adults who consume whole eggs multiple times per week often show better indicators related to physical strength, joint comfort, and mobility. But there is something crucial that almost nobody talks about: preparation matters. When eggs are overcooked, some of their beneficial compounds may deteriorate. Gentler cooking methods help preserve more of those nutrients. In addition, pairing eggs with vitamin C-rich vegetables such as tomatoes or spinach may further support natural collagen production. And I want to tell you something very important. None of these foods are magical solutions. Real change comes from consistent daily habits: balanced nutrition, gentle movement, proper rest, hydration, and patience. But when you begin giving your body what it truly needs, your legs often respond. Your joints respond. Your body responds. And that can lead to something much more valuable than simply feeling better. It can mean regaining confidence while walking, returning to activities you enjoy, becoming more independent, and experiencing daily life with greater comfort and freedom. So now I want to ask you something. Which of these foods do you currently eat? Did any of them surprise you? I would love to read your thoughts in the comments because many people feel inspired when they hear the experiences of other older adults. And if you know someone who constantly complains about leg pain, stiffness, or swelling after 60, share this video with them. Sometimes one simple piece of information can become the beginning of an important change. I also invite you to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications. Every day, we share content designed to help you care for your health, maintain mobility, and better understand how to age with greater well-being and quality of life. And before I say goodbye, I want to tell you something from the heart. Be grateful to God for each day, for every step you are still able to take, and for the opportunity to continue learning ways to care for your body and your health. Even small changes can carry enormous value when practiced with consistency, hope, and appreciation for life. Here on Dr. Gabriel Mena's channel, we are truly happy to accompany you on this journey toward healthier habits, stronger mobility, and a more active and confident life after 60. Tomorrow we will have another practical and helpful video to continue supporting your joints, mobility, and overall well-being. I hope to see you again because this channel was created for people like you, people who still want to live with more energy, more independence, and greater peace of mind.